Alright guys, today I am going to be sharing with you a haul of stuff. I'm going to start out with a couple of things that Eric and I recently won at an auction that we're keeping for ourselves. And then I will get into some other stuff that I recently got listed and a couple of things that sold because I didn't share them yet and they are getting ready to be packed up. So I figured I would show them to you and let you guys know what they sold for. So one of the first things that Eric and I won that we are keeping for ourselves is this insane, cockroach sculpture. It's like a shadow box, really. These are not actual cockroaches. I know they look like they are, but they're actually made out of shells and like copper wire. These are made by the same person that made the birds, the vultures that Eric got at an auction. The person's name is Roger Sweezy. His signature is signed there on the bottom. Really awesome piece, so unique. We like to collect weird stuff like oddity type things, and this is just perfect. So we're gonna be hanging this up in our computer room. Eric did pay $150 for this, and I think it was worth, personally, every penny. There was quite a few art pieces there. I had to have this one. I couldn't find anything about it other than on the artist's name is Eric Schaefer. I only saw it on his actual website. I couldn't find anything, so I had nothing to go by. As far as what it could potentially be worth, I don't know, but I wanted it for myself, so there's that. It is very big. Let me show it to you. So here's what it looks like. It's nicely framed. It's titled Hey Diddle Diddle, so it has the cat and the fiddle. There's the spoon and the dish and the cow jumping over the moon at the top. So really awesome piece. It is signed down here by the artist. Like I said, his name's Eric Schaefer. So I paid $50 for this and I'm going to be hanging it in my room. But yeah, I really love that. And then the other piece that I won that I'm keeping for myself, if I were to sell this, it is worth a lot of money. But I am keeping it for my Halloween decorating. This here is a witch. She is kind of like contemplating on her pumpkin, and her book says broomsticks for dummies, and then it says facing the fear of flying. So she looks really sad, probably because she's afraid to fly on her broom. It's missing a little bit of moss right here, but I actually have some of that stuff, so I can just glue a little bit on there. But this is by Bethany Lowe. And if I were to sell this, last one sold for $212, so I could easily make money off of it, but like I said, I'm keeping it for myself. I paid $60 for it, so I think that was a great deal. Let's see, I'll show you some of the things I picked up in the last yard sale video that you saw. I think I did get the lamb planter. I didn't list that. I am going to be putting that probably in the booth. That is one thing that I need to like consciously think about when I'm out yard sailing this year, is that I have an antique booth now. And before, you know, I used to think about it like, oh, you know, future booth, but now I actually have one. So it's not always currently still forefront of my mind, so I need to kind of get into that mindset that I'm not just buying stuff to list on eBay, but stuff I could put in the booth. So I did find these. I fell in love with them. Very cute, kitschy magnets. So they're made of styrofoam and chenille. They have little like plastic, like rubbery plastic faces. So this set was $5, and I put these on auction with a start price of $19.99. Also picked up this little piggy bank. This will go into the booth come Christmas if it doesn't sell by then. With my research, I was seeing other people say it was Norcrest, but I don't know for certain. It does have a made in Japan, is missing the stopper, but super cute, very cute expressive little face and the corkscrew tail. paid $1 for this, and I listed it on auction with a start price of $14.99. I got 3 of these Russian nodding bobblehead dolls. They're made of plastic, marked made in USSR. Really cute. I love how they move around. So there was 3 of them. I paid $5 a piece for them, and I listed them all separately for a buy it now of $19.99. I am also going to be listing those little glass jars with the flowers on top of the lids. They're still out in Eric's truck, and I need to clean them. But as soon as I bring them in and get them cleaned, I will be listing those. So you guys might remember me picking up this Japan chalkware hula dancer at Goodwill. I think I paid, I want to say $3.99 for her. She sold for $67. So awesome. I was expecting maybe like 30-ish for her, so to sell for $67, that was a great Goodwill find. I don't think you guys saw the clip of me picking up these next 2 items yet. It will be in probably my next thrift store shopping video. But this here is a little enamel crab trinket box. It was new in the box. I'll show it to you a little bit here better. Here's what it looks like. So it has pretty rhinestone detailing. It's enamel. It's originally from Cracker Barrel. I picked this up at the thrift store. I think we paid, I want to say $3.99 for it, and it sold for $26. As well as this next item, this was for a whole little set of cloisonne shamrock ornaments. Very, very pretty. We paid $12.99 for this box at the thrift store, and they sold for $39.99. This little vase came from the auction. This is an old Japanese vase. They call this Banko ware. Absolutely gorgeous. 3 toes on the bottom. Eric paid 50 cents for this at the auction. Nobody wanted it. I listed it on auction with a starting price of $99.99. Absolutely gorgeous little vase. This pottery mug here, I love this. I think this is so cool looking. Love the green color, the little spiral detailing, and then it has kind of like these indents in it. So like if you kind of like hug your coffee mug, it's just a perfect fit for your fingers. I absolutely love it. This is signed on the bottom. It's made by a pottery company in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. They're called the Lion Potter, and it is signed on the bottom, David and Junko. Those are their names, in 2021. I picked this up at a thrift store for $5, and I listed it for a buy it now of $29.99. I think their mugs are typically like in the $40 range. This next pottery piece is this little vase here. It has 2 fishies on it, and it is signed on the bottom, May 4th. So the person who made this, her name is Marcy, May 4th. Again, $5 for this at a thrift store, and I listed it as a buy it now for $34.99. This came from the auction. I wish I had my black light down here. I don't. This glows absolutely beautifully. This is a Fenton Vaseline Glass daffodil vase. This is a very desirable one. It's definitely a good one. It still does have its little Fenton sticker on it, and like I said, it glows amazing. This came from an auction. I have it listed on auction with a starting price of $199.99. So if it doesn't get a bid, I'm just going to relist it at that price. So the antique mall that we have our booth in, they post on Facebook a lot, and they posted a picture of this the one day, and Eric's like, oh my gosh, I have to go get that. So when he went into the booth, he nabbed this up. This is a beautiful glass watermelon bowl. It is signed. The maker's name is Scott Gerolds, and he listed this as a buy it now for $375. So this is a really cool one. And even like the seeds, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but they're textured, so they're all like bumpy in there. Really neat piece. And then like there's kind of a flat section right here, as well as the bottom. So you can display it like this, or you can display it on its side like that. Also came from an auction. This is by an artist named Shell.Belle. We won a couple of his pieces at another folk art auction beforehand. They sold pretty quickly and at very high prices. And this one is just really cute. It's a little mouse in a leaf boat. Here's what the bottom looks like. Shell.Belle. This one here he has listed on auction for $449. So his stuff is very, very expensive. Here is another piece of Fenton Vaseline glass. This is a lidded jar. They call this pattern cactus. And this also glows absolutely beautifully. So again, a harder to find one. I also put this one on auction, starting price $199.99. This little bear was in a lot of some other stuff I won at the auction. Really cute. He's kind of got that sugared texture to him, and he's holding an apple, but his face, like, I guess like his little tongue sticking out, like he's ready to eat it. This is by a company called Styson, made in Japan. It's marked. And I have him listed as a buy it now for $19.99. I have these two vintage stockinette bunny pose dolls. These were in a lot of some Easter stuff that I won. These are really desirable. So I listed these together as the set because I feel like they just belong together. They're quite the pair. So these would be cute for Easter or Valentine's Day, in all honesty. And I listed these on auction, starting price $99.99. They have so many watchers. It's insane. So if they don't sell on auction, I'll relist them as a buy it now for that price, and I think that they will go. So I have this Fenton custard glass vase. This also glows, little bud vase. It is signed on the bottom. This came from a thrift store. I think we paid, I want to say, $6 for it, and I have it listed as a buy it now for $29.99. Also got this Eldr Santa at a thrift store. I think we paid $20 for him. This is a Millennium Santa, so you can see a star says 2000, and these ones actually sell pretty decently considering it has a year on it. Sometimes, like, you know, you can be a little, like, at least for me, like if it has a specific year, I'm kind of like, because who's really looking for specific years all the time, right? But the Millennium Eldr Santa is actually a pretty desirable one. So this here I have listed as a buy it now for $79.99. I actually already sold one of these before. The one I sold prior was considered a second, so like his stars weren't as defined is how I would describe it, because it was what they call a second, when something doesn't come out like perfect kind of thing. So I think I sold my last one a little bit cheaper than I have this one listed for. Got this Pyrex Amish print butter dish. Got this at a thrift store for $8. That was an insane deal for this. I have it listed as a buy it now for $80. I also have this cute little Bambi planter. Looks like this. Got this at a thrift store for $5, and I have it listed as a buy it now for $19.99. So that is everything, at least for this haul. I have so much more stuff to share with you guys, but trying to clear off my table a little bit because Eric and I want to get some stuff listed today. We did go to an auction this morning just to look at stuff and, you know, look at the conditions of some of the items that I was potentially interested in purchasing. So if we win any of those things, I will film us going to pick them up so you can see some of the stuff that I potentially won. I don't know. I'm not very confident with this auction, so we'll see if we win anything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, like maybe what your favorite thing was that you saw. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.